Hi everyone, my name is Cece for Scrapbook Centrale. Welcome to another Tutorial Tuesday. Today it's all about glitter again. We're going to create our own embellishments using very intricate cutting dies as well as microfine glitter. Let me show you what you're going to need for this project. So these are my two die sets that I'll be using today. From Spellbinder's Shapeabilities, we have the ribbon banners and the decorative dress forms. We'll also be using an Embossabilities by Spellbinder. This one is the Splendid, and it is a reversible embossing folder, so you get 2 in 1, which is great. And we'll be using the A side. For our sentiments, we'll be using Everyday Sayings by Hero Arts. We'll need sequin tape, a fluffy brush to brush off our glitter, a pair of scissors, a pair of fine tip tweezers. These are by Be Creative and they're very pointy, very good. A paper piercer and our favorite adhesive. You'll also need foam dots, pearls. The two color of glitter I'll be using today are lavender and cool highlight. Of course, you'll need as many scrap piece of paper as you have of glitter color to catch your glitter. You'll also need distress ink in the Dusty Concord as well as the inking tool, and archival ink in jet black. As for the cardstock that we'll need, we have our card base, which measures 4 1/4 by 11 folded in half, a piece of white cardstock measuring 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, a piece of lavender color cardstock measuring 2 7/8 by 3 5/8, another piece of lavender measuring 2 by 4, and 2 extra pieces of white cardstock measuring each 2 1/2 by 3 inches. We're going to start by making the dress and adding the glitter, and for this we'll need our 2 pieces of 2 1/2 by 3. I'm going to go ahead and glue one of the cardstock onto my sequin tape, and the way I do it is just line it up at the edge here, and I'm going to take either a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. So now I have my piece to die cut my little dress form with. I'm going to reverse my dress form, meaning that the cutting edges are going to be flat on the liner sheet of the sequin tape, and I'm just going to roll that through my big shot, and here it is. Take my second piece of 2 1/2 by 3, lay this down on my sequin tape, and cut another piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut around that. So now that I have that piece of cardstock covered with my tape, I'm just going to uncover this to reveal the sticky side and place my little dress form right over this. So now I've got my dress and all its little pieces stuck to another piece of sequin tape. And that is very necessary because as you're going to uncover these little pieces, some just might pull apart from the actual dress base, and then you don't have a solid dress to glue onto your artwork. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut around this form. Here's a little tip: when you cut around your dress form, you might want to save the bigger pieces for later use. So I'm just going to put back my protective sheet over that piece, and I can use this piece for later on. Now I'm just going to finish cutting around my dress here. Alright, so now I have my dress all cut up, and as you can see now it's very sturdy, so if I start removing those little pieces in between, the dress will still hold itself. Okay, so I think I'll start with the lavender, which will be the contour of my dress. And I'm just going to remove just the outline. And I'm just going to spread my glitter all over my dress form, making sure I've got good coverage. And I'm going to grab my brush and brush off the excess. This also helps the burnishing process when you use your brush. So as usual, I'm going to recuperate right away this beautiful glitter because we don't want to waste it. Before we proceed with adding the other color, I want to start burnishing this. The reason why I want to burnish right away and not wait until the end is to minimize the chance of having this glitter contaminate my other color. It is very important to burnish in between colors. And look how beautiful it starts to shine. Oh, I just love it. Well, I thought I was recording and I was not. So what happened is I removed all the bits and pieces that were covering my inside parts here of the dress form, and then I added my cool highlight. So that's what happened. And I just shook off the excess, and now I'm going to start burnishing my cool highlights part. And you'll see the whole glitter come alive as I rub with my finger like this. And I will show you the difference between, I hope you can see this. Okay, this has been burnished and this is not. So you can see already that this piece here is already more glittery than all of these. There's 3 pieces I forgot to remove because there was no writing on them. So I'll go ahead and remove those and I'll add more glitter. I'll grab another piece of scrap paper and add my glitter over those 2 little areas. Tap with my fingers, rub, and then use my brush again to remove the excess. And now I can finish burnishing. And as you can see, because I've already burnished the lavender color, it really doesn't contaminate my cool highlight. The next step is to emboss the piece of 2 3/4 by 3.5 with our splendid designs. Okay, so I've gone ahead and embossed my piece of white cardstock, the one that measures 2 3/4 by 3.5. So I've got this beautiful piece here, and we're going to cut our banner, which will be this one here. So I'm going to grab this from my ribbon banners set, and I'm going to cut it and be right back. Okay, so we now have all our pieces ready to put our card together. So I've gone ahead and folded my 4 1/4 piece by 11 in half. So this will be our card base, and I'm going to start by adhering my embossed paper onto the lavender piece of cardstock, like this. And this piece will be mounted on foam tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. What I want to do is I want to have an equal border around the top and the 2 sides. The bottom I've left a little bit longer because I'm going to add the banner. I forgot to add the sentiment. Well, I do apologize. It's definitely not my day for recording today, but again, I forgot to press the record button. So let me tell you what happened. I popped my banner. I've stamped the congratulations with the jet black archival ink. I popped the dress and I added 5 little pearls here and a big one in the center. I have kept this piece here of the liner tape from the sequin tape. What I could do is take that liner tape, stick it onto another piece of sequin tape, cut around it, glitter for the open spaces, and then remove it and then glitter again. And that would give me another dress without having to die cut it. So once you've done with these pieces, don't throw them away because you can reuse them as often as you want. I want to show you another card that I made earlier with the other dress form that's part of this decorative dress forms. Instead of using lavender and cool highlights, I decided to use warm highlight around the dress and then some silver inside. I did add some rhinestones. I used another Nestabilities die, and I also used a different banner and used the congratulations sentiment as well. This time I decided to emboss it in silver. Now let me show you another cool thing that I was working on, and I wish I had more time, guys, to show you all the possibilities that you can do with these amazing dies, but I went nuts when I did this. Look at this leaf. It's That's so gorgeous. Now this leaf was die cut with this Cottage Cuts die set, and it gives you 4 different dies, even extra little pieces here on the side. So really the possibilities are endless. Now I just want to show you something here. If you notice here, I have a space that is white without any glitter. That's because I wasn't careful when I removed the little piece with my tweezer, and I ended up scraping off the adhesive that was there. So just be very careful. But I mean, look at this leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I went a step further, and when I die cut this piece here, I ended up die cutting another piece, and this is the ghost image of the other leaf here, which I've gone ahead and glitter, but this time what I did is I mixed the 2 colors of glitter, which makes for another interesting look. It's a different look, but it's also a fun look. I want to make more of these leaves and use these flowers. These ones here, these are the layered flowers, and I'm going to make a whole bunch and then layer those leaves right underneath the flowers, also with the glitter. So this will be stunning, and hopefully I'll have some time to do this in the near future and show you what they look like. So let me show you other dies that you can play with. This is the floral doily from Cottage Cuts as well, and if you look in the back, you'll see all of the beautiful detail and what it could give you in terms of glittering. This beautiful fairy, gorgeous. These butterflies, love them. And we also have a whole bunch of medallion looking dies like this. These are the splendid circles, and you can very well die cut all these and start layering and building from the bottom up with different colors of glitters. Alright, well that's it for today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Certainly glitter makes me happy, so that was a fun tutorial for me to put together, and I will put more projects together with those leaves and the flower die set that I've showed you, so stay tuned for that in the near future. And in the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I will catch you next week. Take care. Bye.